We are live from Studio A inside Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma, ready to talk all things Sooner sports. We have OU volleyball in the house tonight. OU football took on the Kent State Golden Flashes while wearing uniforms that gave us a flash to the past. I'm your host, Aiden Tyler, and I'm joined by Cam Williams and Hallie McPherson, and this is Sooner Sports Pad.
Welcome to Sooner Sports Pad, presented by OU Health. Proud to be Oklahoma's flagship academic health system.
It was quite the weekend for Sooner sports. Michael Hawkins Jr. made his first start since the Armed Forces Bowl in December. Our Sooner Sports Pad team will have reports on the game. But football isn't the only sport we're talking about. We really dig our student-athlete guests this week. We'll also bring you what you need to know about other OU teams performing at a high level. And 1 week before the Red River rivalry, the Sooners got a tune-up with Kent State. Early on in the first quarter, Michael Hawkins Jr. has to evade some pressure, steps up and throws up a prayer. It is answered, caught by Isaiah Satania for the touchdown, 7-0 OU. Earlier in the second quarter, wide open, Caden Helms, it's his first touchdown of the season, 17-0 OU. The Sooners defense was stifling. This was one of 5 sacks, this one by Danny Okoye. Defense making plays everywhere. Tate Sandell was named the SEC Special Teams Player of the Week. He drilled this career-long field goal from 55. It made it 23-0 OU at the half. And the first turnover of the season was R. Mason Thomas stripping the QB and Grayson Alston scoring it in. Sooners win this one 44-0.
Aiden, against Kent State, the Sooners' offense was pedestrian as they only tallied 355 total yards after Florida State put up 775 yards the week before on the Golden Flashes. And Sooner Sports Pad reporter Elijah Lena has the story on the Sooners' offense.
Michael Hawkins Jr. got his 5th official start as an Oklahoma quarterback, improving his record to 2-3. He threw for 3 passing touchdowns and got 1 rushing touchdown of his own against the Kent State Golden Flashes. But there's still uncertainty on who will be starting for quarterback going forward for the Sooner squad.
I'm assuming he can't, again, he had some experience playing in there last year, and really the mindset is no different than what it was going into today.
I believe in Mike Hawkins, and I have a lot of confidence in Mike Hawkins, and he's done that with his preparation and his work. So, I mean, whether John's available or not, whether we play with Mike or whoever we play with, I got a lot of confidence in those guys. And again, it's just the type of kids they are, the type of kid that Mike is, and the way that he prepares himself too. So I got a lot of confidence in Mike Hawkins.
Yeah, like I've said in the past, this is my process has gotten way better with the support staff around me, with Coach Arbuckle and Coach Kuz and John and the other quarterbacks in the room. But they're a great team, and I'm really excited for that weekend coming up because obviously didn't go our way last year.
Now, John Mateer was spotted on the sideline during the game wearing a brace over his throwing hand. We will be sure to keep you updated on the quarterback conundrum going into Texas. Reporting from Owen Field, Elijah Lena, Sooner Sports Pad.
ESPN's Pete Thamel reported this morning that John Mateer is pushing to a return for this weekend's Red River Showdown, and there's a belief that a return is possible. Head coach Brent Venables added in his presser this morning that Mateer is doing his normal protocols, and he's done 0 good on good work. What that means, I don't know, but it's looking upward for Mateer.
Cam, on the defensive side, OU did exactly what was needed from them. A shutout along with 2 turnovers. Sooner Sports Pad reporter Ethan Vegas was there and has all the details on the dominating defensive performance.
OU showed out on defense against Kent State. The Sooners came into this game as the only team in college football without a forced turnover. They finished with 2, one that went back for a touchdown in the 44-0 win. Brent Venables says this is not what impressed him.
Yeah, I think, again, I want to promote the work, the investment, the preparation, the detail, the passion, the energy that it takes to have the shutout's a byproduct of those things. My job is to continue to create buy-in by our guys just every single week, just affirmation. You did well, and so why'd you do well? Because you're talented. Because you're popular? No. Because it's Oklahoma and it's versus Kent State? No, it has nothing. There's plenty of teams that look like crap because they don't show up with an edge. What I like the most is just the validation of the work and the preparation. This is a game that'll love you back when you love it.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, we like the pass rush. If you couldn't tell, we like the pass rush. We like this type of run. Tiger velocity for sure. But you can tell we like the pass rush, and the love from us, or love that we have for pass rushing, you can see. What y'all seeing now is just the BA.
The undefeated Sooners will turn their attention to the Longhorns now as they fell to 3-2 after a loss to Florida. Reporting from Owen Field, I'm Ethan Vegas, Sooner Sports Pad.
OU's defense did not struggle against the Golden Flashes one bit. In fact, they are now ranked first in 15 out of 17 defensive ranking categories in the SEC. R. Mason Thomas and David Stone both led the team with 6 tackles each, and Jaden Hardy picked off OU's first interception of the season.
Coming up, we'll talk everything burnt orange as they look to defend the Golden Hat. And we'll get into a deep dive into a player who'll need to be surgical to beat Texas. Keep it here.
I get it.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. We still have a lot to talk about. One of those is a Sooner who can be a money-making, river-running, Golden Hat-getting difference maker. Hunter Corneo has the story on one Sooner who can change the game.
He does. John Mateer has had this game in the Cotton Bowl circled since he joined the Sooners. However, he suffered an injury versus Auburn that required surgery on his thumb. According to a report from ESPN's Pete Thamel, Mateer is, quote, pushing to return versus Texas.
I went to one growing up. Obviously, I knew a lot about it. Grew up in Dallas. Every weekend it goes on. So everybody's talking about it. I'm really excited for it. The atmosphere and the competition will be great.
He's doing his normal protocol. He's done zero good-on-good work.
Gotcha. What is it about this injury?
I don't know. I'm just going to cut you off. I don't know anything about the injury. So when they tell me he's available, I'll let y'all know.
John knows his body. He understands, ultimately what's best for the team, but, he doesn't want to put himself in a compromising position either. So whenever he's, trending towards that darker shade of the gray, he always has his body in mind. He's a competitive kid. He's going to try to, get as ready as quick as he can, but ultimately I don't think anybody wants to put him in a compromising position.
Now, John Mateer has not spoken to the media following his injury versus Auburn. If Mateer were to start in the Red River rivalry, it would be just 17 days following his thumb surgery. The first SEC availability report is released on Wednesday night. Aiden, back to you.
Thanks, Hunter. This year's Red River rivalry was supposed to be a top 10 matchup. That was until Texas took on the Swamp. Nothing seemed to go right for Texas. Even this punt, it was blocked for a safety. And the Longhorns secondary got torched by DJ Lagway on this 55-yard touchdown score. Not pretty. Texas allowed 6 sacks against Florida, and Arch Manning threw 2 interceptions. The Burnt Orange enter this heated rivalry a little cold. Florida wins it 29-21. And Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian spoke with the media Monday. He said that the Longhorns will plan for John Mateer to play. Sarkisian praised Mateer for being the heartbeat of the offense, but also praised Michael Hawkins Jr. for improving since last season. But ESPN's Pete Thamel has said that Mateer is pushing to play, as we noted earlier. Brent Venables has lost this game 2 out of 3 times he's been at OU as the head coach. Last year, the Sooners lost it 34-3 with Hawkins Jr. at the helm. Hallie, what does OU need to do to make the River run red and take back that Golden Hat?
Aiden, Texas is coming off a tough loss, and their offense could be the reason. Arch Manning threw 2 costly interceptions to the Gators, but it wasn't all just Manning. Texas's offensive line is struggling, and it shows, allowing Arch Manning to get sacked 6 times. And the running back room didn't do much better, combining for only 11 yards on 9 carries. OU's defense needs to continue their pass rushing physicality, and OU's defense has more experience, and the Sooners plan to use it.
I think 6 of our 11 starters on defense have played in this game 4 times now. So, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge. And we should go win the game on our side of the ball, is what Coach V told us. No matter what the outcome is or what the score is, we should go win the game on our side of the ball. So that's what we're planning to do. So it's big to have guys that's playing a game like this.
Yeah, Hallie, the Sooners do have their hands full facing a Texas squad that's ranked 13th nationally in total defense, and their staples on that side of the ball, Anthony Hill, Colin Simmons, and Michael Taft, who each were All-Americans last season. As for OU's offense, the key to beating Texas is to hit the big plays down the field. In their loss against Florida, Texas gave up a 55-yard touchdown with horrible tackling, but OU offensive coordinator Ben Arbuckle says it's a standard week for his squad.
You can't look at it, through a different lens. It's our next opponent. We have to prepare and we have to put these kids in position to go be successful. I am excited for it, but what I'm excited for is our players get to go play in this game and be in these moments. A lot of our guys have done that before. They've been here for a few years, but some of them haven't. I think it's going to be a really special moment.
I think this rivalry really comes down to quarterback play. It feels like it always does. If Dr. Shin is Mateer ready to play, Sooners dominate. If Hawkins starts, give me Texas.
I have to agree with you, Aiden. I won't have an exact prediction until I know who the quarterback will be for OU, but for now, give me OU.
Guys, I think it's the Crimson and Cream no matter who starts at quarterback. Brent Venables will have this squad ready to perform in Dallas.
Well, now I want to hear from our audience what they think about the game. Got my buddy Landon next to me. Landon, we don't know who's starting at quarterback yet, but I want to know who you think it'll be and if it makes a difference or not in the game on Saturday.
I think Mateer is the quarterback. It's hard to game plan against him. He's a very dynamic player. Hawkins, young quarterback. We'll have to see. I think the defense is going to have to do their job for sure.
Ethan, I'll ask you the exact same thing, man.
Look, the only difference between Hawkins and Manning is the last name. And for starting, give me that money. Give me Mateer. He's starting the game. Let's go. Come on.
Well, interesting takes there. We'll see if it really does come into factor after the break. Cam and Hallie will have an exclusive interview with two OU volleyball players who are killing it on the court. Stick with us. Welcome back. We've talked a ton of OU football, but it's time to meet another team who is on the rise. Welcome OU volleyball. Alexis Shelton is a senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Last season, she was first-team All-SEC and an AVCA third-team All-American. Monty Bush is a senior from Canada who transferred in from Washington. Last season there, she was All-Big Ten second team. Her father, Michael, played football and basketball at Washington State. We now know our guests. Cam, Hallie, take it away.
Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. Now, Alexis, you just had an insane performance in Missouri with the season best hitting. Can you just talk us about that game and tell us what that meant for you?
Honestly, the game just kind of felt unreal. We got the advantage from the first set. Having a small setter on that side, it was really beneficial for us. Just being able to hit over her, and Mizzou made it really hard but really easy at the same time.
Amanda, you're a transfer from Washington. How did Washington get you to this point today?
Yeah, I had some really good coaches there during my time there, and I played under a lot of really, really good players, a lot of All-Americans who are now playing pro in the U.S., so I feel like their leadership really got me to be the player I am today.
And why did you choose OU?
Mostly just the coaches and the team, the family atmosphere that we have, the way that we just enjoy the sport and we don't take it too seriously, but we're always striving to get better every day.
And Alexis, you've been a Sooner all 4 years. What does it mean to you to see this program succeed?
Honestly, Aaron Mansfield has taken this program and just has ran with it. He's really improved everything from offense to defense. He's recruiting people like Amani, which has been really beneficial for us, and we've just been doing a great job of growing.
Both of you guys' parents were athletes in college. How have they helped you through this process?
I feel like just since I was young, they've always instilled determination, hard work, those have always been values for me. And then as I've gotten older, they've really helped me with the mental side of sports because there's a lot that people don't see as we're playing, so I think they've helped me the most with that.
Yeah. A lesson that my father has ingrained in me is grit. I literally have a tattoo of it. It's literally ingrained, and it's just something that's, just kept me pushing.
And y'all are 3-1 to start the conference. How do y'all plan to move that momentum throughout the rest of the season?
I think we're just going to take it one game at a time. The SEC is a tough schedule, and we just look at the team we're playing next and what we can do during practice that week and how we can stick together to beat them.
Yeah, I think Amani hit it right on the money. Brian, our associate head coach, he does a great job of scouting teams, and with his help in our scout and the level of play that we've been playing in practice, just taking it one game at a time, we'll be successful.
Now, this is the first time the SEC is having a conference championship for volleyball. How does that make you guys feel?
I don't even know what that means. Really. It's the first one. But I'm excited. I know I've grown up watching March Madness and stuff like that, and once you get to tournament time, anything can happen. So I'm just excited for us to make a run during that time.
Yeah, I'm also excited. Hopefully being SEC tournament champions would be great, but just taking it one game at a time I'm super stoked.
And both of y'all are seniors and leaders on the team. What kind of mindset do you have to lead the people on this team?
I think definitely this team needs composure. I think that's something that me and Amani do very well, is carry composure on the court, but also just a sense of kind of being loose and being fun is something our team likes to balance a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I think we have a lot of young players, and just us as seniors, just remembering that and knowing we went through that once and kind of giving them our advice on how to get through a tough time as a freshman.
Yeah.
It's been big.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Good luck on the rest of your season. Back to Aiden.
Now, OU volleyball is here in Norman this weekend, looking to add to their win streak. They take on South Carolina Friday and Georgia on Sunday. When we return, we'll talk Sooners making history at the next level, as well as current Sooners who are getting the job done. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. I'm having a ton of fun tonight, and I hope you are too. A lot of talk has been on the Red River Showdown, but now let's take a look at some other Sooners who are performing quite well. I'll start us off with the Sooners in the NFL making their school proud. Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers took on the Seattle Seahawks. Phenomenal jersey matchup, by the way. Baker would tie the game with this laser to another former Sooner, Sterling Shepard. 2015 OU versus Tennessee flashbacks, anyone? The Bucs would win a thriller, 38-35. What a game. In Buffalo on Sunday night, Ramondre Stevenson ran for not one but 2 touchdowns on just 7 carries as the Patriots upset the Bills 23-20. Former Sooners Jalen Hurts and Nick Bonito battled. Hurts had 2 touchdowns, Bonito sacked him 2.5 times, and Denver would win it 21-17. And Dylan Gabriel made his first career start Sunday in London. He threw 2 touchdowns, but the Browns would fall 21-17 to the Vikings. And OU had the most quarterbacks start in an NFL weekend in league history last week, with 5 former Sooners getting starts. Dylan Gabriel and Spencer Rattler transferred to other schools, but hey, they still count. Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, and Baker Mayfield all started as well. Caleb Williams was on a bye.
On to the hardwood, and in Columbia, Missouri, OU volleyball pulled off a 5-set victory win over number 21, Missouri. The Sooners were down 2 sets and on the verge of being swept, and then came back for a reverse sweep, winning 3 sets in a row, taking down their first-ranked team of the season. The Sooners set new records of 76 kills, a .401 hitting percentage, and tying the record of 72 assists. OU volleyball returns in McCaslin Fieldhouse, hosting South Carolina this Friday.
Yeah, Hallie. Women's soccer faced Texas A&M on Sunday and played to a draw. In the first half, the Sooners outshot the Aggies 8-2, but in the second half, they couldn't get on the scoreboard. The good news for the Crimson and Cream, senior goalkeeper Caroline Duffy was named SEC Defensive Player of the Week after recording 8 saves in the draw. And Duffy is the first Sooner in history to win SEC Defensive Player of the Week honors.
The Sooners needed to score some more goals, and our analyst will look to score a face-off win. Keep it here for face-off, where Cam and Hallie will go head-to-head.
Let's go.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. It is time for face-off. We're tied at 1-1, so this really is a huge week. Let's get into it and break our tie. Cam, I'll start with you. After scoring the most points in the Ben Arbuckle era, what Sooner is your offensive MVP?
Yeah, Aiden, I got Isaiah Satania. The Arkansas transfer had 4 catches for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns in the win versus Kent State. He's by far been the best receiver for the Sooners this season, and he was a factor in the return game, providing numerous plus side of the field opportunities for OU.
Yeah, Cam, he wasn't bad, but it was Hawkins' time in Norman. My offensive MVP is backup quarterback Michael Hawkins Jr. Hawkins had 3 touchdowns through the air and running for another. He was 14 of 24 for 162-yard passing and 33 running yards for his first start of the season, and leading OU 5-0 going into the Red River game.
Well, the Sooner defense held Kent State to a shutout, something OU has not done since the 2023 season opener against Arkansas State. Hallie, who was responsible for this domination?
Aiden, this one was too easy. I'm going with Grayson Halton. After a fumble by Kent State, Halton picked up the ball, taking it home with a 4-yard touchdown, making it the first defensive turnover worth the wait. and gaining his first career touchdown. It can't get better than that, Cam.
Hallie, that's a good pick, but what about the closer who forced the fumble on Halton's touchdown, R. Mason Thomas? After a slow start to the season, the singer standout from Fort Lauderdale has 3 sacks in the last 2 games, and his leadership on the defensive line shows game after game.
Great picks there. You couldn't go wrong. That's a dominant duo on the defensive line. I know it wasn't a shocking result, but I want to know you're surprised at the game.
Yeah, Aiden, not surprised that they forced one, but surprised that it took this long. OU forced 2 turnovers on defense. The first was the aforementioned R. Mason Thomas forcing a strip sack, and later on, Jaden Hardy snagging the first interception of the season for the Sooners.
Yeah, Cam, that turnover was special, but that should have happened 3 games ago. OU's defense held Kent State to 118 passing yards, 17 rushing yards, and only 7 first downs. Kent State really can't run or pass, especially against a stacked OU defense.
Here we go.
This one is close, maybe closer than the game will be. One last question to answer before our audience chooses a winner. Hallie, we'll start with you here. What is one thing you're looking for against the Longhorns?
Aiden, it is the topic of every conversation for Sooner fans. What quarterback should Texas be preparing to play on Saturday? Will it be Money Mateer, or does Hawktober remain in Dallas? The OU injury report will come out tomorrow and an injury report update on Thursday. Sooner fans should be on the lookout.
Hallie, you're wrong. I'm going with who's going to protect the quarterbacks, the offensive line. Against Kent State, the Sooners didn't have the best showing in pass protection or quite literally the run game. The starting 5 on the O-line needs to play better because Texas will be hunting for whoever starts at quarterback come Saturday.
Well, we'll see if the quarterback makes a difference or not for the Sooners. We still don't know who it is. We may not know until that game kicks off. But it's time for our audience to decide a face-off winner. If you think it was Cam this week, let me hear some noise. Man, that is a lot of great noise for Cam. But if you think it was Hallie, I want to hear you just as loud. One more time for Cam. And one more time for Hallie. Whew, guys, this is a really close one, but I think we've got to break our tie. And it's going to be Cam Williams taking home this week's face-off. Thanks for watching Sooner Sports Pad. For Cam Williams and Hallie McPherson, I'm Aiden Tyler. We'll see you next Tuesday. Good night.